McGregor's apparently been sued again. McGregor sued by financial executive. Now this case is interesting because the woman in question is a finance exec. How does that change it? Well, I guess she could be a shekel. She could be just trying to dig McGregor's pocket, but it's a bit, I don't know. If a doctor testifies in court, it carries more weight than Joe Public. That said, she brought her claims to the criminal court and they said no, declined. Here we go. A woman who accused former UFC champion Conor McGregor of assault but was unsuccessful in getting criminal charges filed is now suing him and his employees of the basketball arena where she says the attack took place. Oh my. The woman is described in the suit as a 49-year-old senior vice president at a high-profile Wall Street institution. Wow, 49. This McGregor don't play, does he, man? He's lucky. This is how you know as well there's got to be some satanic entities involved. Yeah, that first bird, she was bulbous. She was like a 2 out of 10, man. 3 out of 10 tops. Right? Now he's knocking around with these 50-year-old Tings, man. What is wrong with this guy? You'd think in your mind it'd be some primo Ting. Tiger Woods was the same. Yeah, these man, the demonic entity. I don't know what it is about the demonic entity. It wants the plain Janes. Maybe it's because all the model-looking Tings, maybe the entity knows they're model-looking Tings. They've already had their soul extracted, having to put on for all the modelling executives. Take it, take it, take it. So they're no good. Their soul's been spent. But these plain Janes, who are just Joe Public, their life force is still intact. So it's like... And the report from this story is apparently McGregor was rabid. He was proper like... We've heard reports of this all over the celebrity scope. Russell Brand, his reports, which I believe. The woman said his eyes went dark and he was just consumed. Now, it could just be the fact he's thirsty. Thirst can do that. When you're thirsty for panans, you can get into almost like a... Not a fight or flight, but it's a primal response. Like a vampire devouring the nans. You see that one there? That said, you'd think McGregor would get enough nans not to be harassing Joe Public. Wouldn't you? Which implies to me it's a demonic entity inside him. Yeah? Just accosting any old Ting. 49-year-old. People, listen. 49 years old in finance, they look about 60. Seriously. Seriously. Yeah? If you see a woman who's 49-year-old in finance, they look 60 because they've been worked to the bone. Yeah? Massa Shekel has blown their back out for the last 30 years. They're old, man. They're tired. Yeah, when you're working 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., that gets long in the tooth real quick. You start aging, man. No sleep. So she must have looked old. In fact, I did see, I need to check, I watched True Geordie's video on this. Let's have a look here. Let's get True Geordie up here now. Because he had a video of the woman, and she was proper bulbous, apparently. I didn't actually watch it, but I was just listening to it. Let's see if we can get the big bulbous thing. Where is it? I'm sure we talked about a big bulbous. She was a 49-year-old bulker as well. No, that's not. Is that it? It must be the video. Where is it? Come on, man. Put me on. Come on. Put me on. Here we go. Oh, it looks like TMZ. Oh, they've blanked it out. That's dead. Okay. I'll search TMZ. TMZ. Oh, he hasn't put the video. I can't even find the video tag. Or the the tag was called. Hopefully it's on here though, to be fair. Oh, here we go. We got the leak from it. Okay, I'll play it in parts so we don't get cucked by the copyright cabal. So there's McTapper there. Sniffed off his chops for sure. Like, you can see his mouth. There, look at his mouth. Absolutely sniffled off his chops. Proper sniffled off his chops, man. Come on. Off the premium. The premium 10 out of 10. Pablo Aymar El Chapo Escobar. Alright, so you got McTapper there. And how this is relevant is, apparently, at this point in time, McGregor grabs her by the arm and drags her to the toilet. That's what we're seeing here, apparently. Why have they blanked her face out? And True Geordie said this as well. They protect the alleged victim's name. I'm thinking, if you make a claim against someone, yeah, there's no Jane about it, in my opinion, particularly if they flopped at the criminal charges. If you're going for a civil suit, you should wear it. Yeah? I believe. End of the day, you're the one out here making a fuss. And I don't know, man. These chicks are on it. It's my base case, man. If you're in public, yeah, right? Let's say, for example, I'm in public. Look how many man deep are here. There's 50 man deep. Right? Let's say I'm in public. 50 man deep at a basketball game. And Diddy comes over to me and says, AYB, I'm fixing to pop them sweet light-skinned cheeks. I'm going to make a whole big fuss. Help! Help! Right? That's what you do if you ain't trying to get popped by Diddy. I'm not going to sit there going along with it unless you want it, right? And I'm sorry, but I have to agree. Unless McGregor had a gun to her head or shoved in her back, which he didn't claim, how is she in public going along with it? Yeah? And later on she says, oh, he took me to the toilet and then he put his willy in my mouth. I didn't consent. How ridiculous, man. You wanted that willy. Yeah? You wanted the willy. Stop playing. If you didn't want the willy, you'd say, hey, man, what's this corny celebrity do near me, man? Get him out of here. Help. Right? Help. They teach you that at like 2 years old. If in doubt, if in trouble, shout for help. No one ain't shouting for help. That last one. The Bolibus whale, she wasn't, Nikita Hand, she wasn't shouting for help for no one. Till she got home and her man kicked off. Let's read some of this now. She alleges in her court case that at some point during the Miami Heat versus Denver Nuggets playoff game, blah blah blah, McGregor led her into a men's restroom near the arena's nightclub and assaulted her inside of a stall. The Heat organisation was also named as a defendant. Jane Doe's team says its security failed to properly protect her from McTapper. In her suit, Jane Doe claims Miami Heat officials knew McGregor was a danger to the people at the game, as during a third quarter skit, he injured an actor inside of a mascot costume. I think we saw that one where he punched it. I thought that was rigged. I thought they did that on purpose. Yet Jane Doe's team... Wait there. Yet Jane Doe says team officials still allowed him to drink alcohol and did nothing to prevent her from being injured by the MMA fighter. What did you do to prevent yourself being injured? How? I don't believe he dragged her in there strong arm and she just... and no one helped her. More likely, yeah, they saw McGregor, a big star, dragging a woman who's consenting to the toilet. Now, if me or you do that, the security's coming in. Hey, man, get your dirty dogging asses out of here. Dog somewhere else. You're not using our toilets for dogging. But when it's a celebrity, the security kind of turn a blind eye. They think, oh, we don't really want to tell McGregor not to take this woman dogging in the toilet. So they let it slide. I do not believe. She was screaming, saying, help, help. And everyone just ignored it. Forget about it. She didn't even say that, so it's ridiculous. What do you think he was taking you in the toilet for, man? Right? Now you can argue OIB. If you get dragged to the toilet, that doesn't mean you necessarily consent. Stop playing, man. Yeah, if you saw the YB dragged to the toilet by Diddy, and I'm not saying nothing, I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm getting. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. I know what I'm getting. I'm getting take it, take it, take it. I'm getting the Meek Mills, is what I'm getting. You know, that's what they call it. That's implied consent, right? If I take a woman by her arm to my bedroom, and there's a bunch of people around, it's a bit like, let's say you're at a house party. Bash. And you're walking hand in hand with a bird up to a bedroom. That's implied consent, man. You could have stayed down there, or you could have said, help. This thirsty Nick got my arm, man. I ain't trying to get the willy. That's what you do, so stop. Yeah? It's not right. I'm not saying, listen, McGregor's a dirty dog. He needs to adjust his behaviour. Yeah? That's what he needs to do. He needs to adjust his behaviour for sure. But I don't think I think it's a stretch to say that he accosted someone in public and dragged them into the toilet, screaming and kicking, and no one did nothing. No. The security at the Miami Heat game saw a celebrity taking a woman to a toilet, and they thought, you know what, we don't want to intervene here. Let him do his thing. Okay. Although the investigation, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's get back to the video now. So McGregor's here. The alleged victim's blanked out there. Oh, there's McGregor. And now look, McGregor's walking away. You can see his arm there. So he's walking away now. The woman should come into view here. Yep. There she is. There's McGregor's head. There's the woman. There's a whole bag of people. There's one security Donnie there literally looking. Who hear her shouting? She knew what time it was, man. She knew what time it was. Stop playing. I ain't going in no toilet with no man or woman. Unless I'm fixing to get it, right? That's... I wouldn't go in no toilet with my friends. I wouldn't go in no toilet unless I'm dogging. That's the bottom line. We take people to the toilet to go dogging in there. Dogging expedition. That's where you go to the toilet, man. Let's stop playing, man. She ain't kicking up a fuss. There's a whole bag of people around. There's one Donnie here with his phone out. Literally recording it. She ain't saying nothing. How ridiculous. She looked balabus as well. There's McGregor. There's the toilet. I'll zoom in now. Let's zoom in for you, man. Put your man on. Put your man on right quick. Okay, here we go. So, I'm rewinding it because it's going to piss me off. So you got McGregor. McGregor walks over, yeah? Oh, come on, man. So McGregor balls over. There we go. So McGregor's now walked over to the chick, grabbed her hand, and now he's pulling her towards the toilet. Not pulling her, but walking hand in hand. You can see his arm stretched out. Look, his arm stretched out there. Clearly holding her hand. There's 50 man deep. Dude's recording there. There's the toilet here. You can see the disabled sign. Hand in hand. And they're going to the toilet. Probably for 2-2 coca. You know finance dudes, they're on the coca, man. More time. So, she's going to the toilet for 2-2 coca. And some willy. Then again, you could argue, well, what? Listen. Is it possible she thought, well... Is it possible McGregor pitched the coca? Yeah? McGregor said, oh, come with me to the toilet, I got some banging gear. And she gets there and he's like, she's got the Willy Wonka out. That's possible too, to be fair. That could be a cucking. But listen, I'm not going nowhere, no celebrity I don't know from Adam. Right? If a friend says to you, hey man, bash, I got some banging gear, you know he ain't on no freaky, deaky. Some celebrity I don't know from Adam, I'm not going in no toilet with you. I've heard too much about you, man. I ain't taking no chances like that. I ain't taking no balloon knot chances. You ain't getting me with the okie doke. Take it. Not a chance. I'll get my own gear if I want some. That's what I'm doing with the celebrities, man. I ain't trusting them far as I can throw them. And besides, I can debunk that point of, oh, maybe they were going there for substances. Because if it was pure substance, McGregor wouldn't be holding her hand. You don't hold someone's hand to go do some coca. You just kind of march there. They call it the marching powder. You march forward, first come, first serve basis. Everyone's trying to get in, right? So you're not going to holding a chick's hand and leading her to the bathroom. That is for an explicit dogging session, old school dogging. That's where you're taking that bitch. And she know it. You know it. She ain't complaining. In fact, she probably like being a star. Ooh, all these people recording me go to the toilet to get the willy. Yeah, so you can see the kind of blacking out there. So that's her. There we are. There's a whole bag of man around still. So she didn't complain nothing. She didn't say nothing, man. This must be where he exits, I guess. Or is it where he gets her hand again? Yeah, it's where he gets... Okay, they've made the... Yeah, he talks to her, grabs her hand. I don't know why they're blacking her face out. They haven't blacked out anyone else's face. Why does the accuser get the benefit of... You know what I mean? The video's out there now. Oops. So, I don't understand that. And to be honest, even with McGregor's other case with Nikita Hand, McGregor was trying to put the video out there, the CCTV footage, and the judge came out and said, "Oh, I'm going to put you in prison if you put the footage out there because it does something to her privacy." I thought, what? The truth's the truth, right? And you bet your bottom dollar, people listen, if there was video of Conor slapping her about, you wouldn't have seen the end of it, right? There would be no way you wouldn't see that footage of McTapper slapping the bitch up. So why is it evidence that's potentially supporting McGregor? I think you put it all out there, full stop. The courts are supposed to be for the people. Every little piece of evidence should be out there on a public ledger. Simple as that. That's what it's supposed to be there for. It's not so, oh, well, my name's a judge and I'm going to protect this. It's not your job, mate. Your job is to sit there and preside. It's not to sit there and decide what the masses need to do or do not need to see. I got to see it all. Yeah? Now, I'm not saying, I think McGregor, whether he did it or not, he's paying for his actions. Messy. When you're messy things take place. So I'm not in pain for McGregor, but I'm in pain for the truth. We don't know the truth because the evidence isn't out there. But when I see judges doing things like that, oh, we're not putting that out there, it makes me question. Why not, right? If it helped her, oops. Like I said, if it helped her, if McGregor was giving her the bop, pop, pop, you wouldn't have seen the end of that footage. So it's wrong. For example, look at Diddy. When he was slapping that bird around, you never saw the end of it. And rightfully so, that's how it should be. But you do it both ways. You don't just shill for the party line of, oh, we're going to pump up all the fake news stories. There's a bunch of chicks out there, yeah, who McGregor gave the willy. And they was consenting, is my base case. Bottom line. His friend had a go on the other one. So she freaky deaky. She put on for the team. Yeah? She put on for the team. A chick who puts on for the team like that, your court case is declined in the court of the YB. You put on for the team, man. You're a team player. Come on, people. You can't win a civil lawsuit being a team player. That's what you can't be. So get out of here, man. Come back when your actions reflect something more legit, more pure. If you're out here getting whopped by James Lawrence and Conor McTapper on the same night, declined, man. I can't believe a word you're saying about how you didn't want the willy because you got 2 willies that night. Oh, I didn't want this willy though. Come on, people. Stop playing. Is he aggressive? We're not there. I can't comment. But as far as her consenting to get the willy, things can escalate as well. That's why it says, well, in general, women in particular shouldn't fornicate with random men. Newsflash, because you don't know what you're gonna get. It's not so risky for men as such because we're the stronger participants. But for women, if you're just out here on your back taking it from random dudes, things might go left. You don't know what they're like. You don't know them from Adam. So you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't engage in it, really. And if you do, oops. That's a lesson learned where I come from. Of course, McGregor, if it did happen, is responsible. But people's lovemaking, or whatever you want to call it, is different. I know some chicks, they love it, man. They love it when they want your hands around their necks. I'm like that. Not my thing, though. I can't do it. I'm not into it myself. Tell the truth. I think it's a bit like, I don't know. It's not my personal thing, but I know for a fact some couples and/or women and/or, well, there's probably some zesty men out there, but some people like that. They like it. With their hands around their neck. So McGregor, Devlin, yeah, she might be freaky deaky. So he might have been used to just gripsing up a whole bunch of chicks around the neck. And then in 2-2s he comes to you and he's thinking it's game on. It's not necessarily, especially if she's not complaining, yeah? If you're on your back, getting your cheeks blown out by some celebrity dude, I can see how you might not like something, but you're kind of going along, playing up to it, trying to be the next bitch kind of thing. I think that's what happened. I think McGregor, he's used to giving the willy to a whole bunch of females. And half of them females probably like it a bit rough. He probably likes it a bit rough. So he sees you, he give it to you. At the time, reports from people who were there, the woman, yeah, who Nikita Hand came with, the friend, a work colleague of Nikita Hand was there getting pumped by another dude. And apparently Nikita Hand was vitriolic. Yeah? She was putting her head round the door whilst her colleague and another dude were doing a madness. And she was saying, "Oh, you dirty bitch." You know what I mean? Proper like adding into it. Like, proper, you know what I mean? Loving it. So when McTapper starts getting aggressive or whatever, she was like, playing up to that role. Then she got home and the Primo Coca wore off and she started reflecting. But that is the bad life choice. It's not McGregor's fault, is my base case. I do not believe Nikita Ham was shouting. And in fact, ignore what I'm saying. The people who were there, the room was a conjoined room. If you were screaming for help, quick screaming stop, someone would have heard it. No one's heard nothing screaming. In fact, you was putting your head around the door, gassing up the situation, adding fuel to the flames. Oi, go on, give it to him, give it to her, James. Oh, you dirty bitch. That's what she was saying. Those are the bars. So there's a lot of people crying over milk that they spilt. Yeah? If I put myself in a hotel room with Diddy and my cheeks get clapped and I didn't really like it on hindsight, that's still on me though, ultimately. Yeah? I knew what I was doing. And that's something I have to deal with. But these days, it's easier, yeah, to say, "Oh, I'm a victim and oh, it happened to me and oh, it was so bad and oh, I lied to my man who was at home with my baby and oh, it's not my fault though." What is McGregor's fault? It was McGregor's fault that you took your ass to be in his hotel room whilst you're texting your man saying, no, I'm with the girls. Come on, people. That's not someone I'm going to believe, full stop, I'm afraid to say. If you can sit there and lie to your baby daddy, why would you tell the truth in court? Come on, people, stop playing, man. That's ridiculous. There's no chance. She's going to tell the truth to a random Joe Public court/judge. But she's not going to tell the truth to her baby daddy. In fact, it's one thing telling little white lies, yeah, but telling that kind of lie, oh, I'm with the girls, and actually you with a celebrity, taking it. That's a violation, man. I would never believe anything come out of her mouth. And McGregor, I'm not saying I believe him a whole bunch either. But when you have two people who are kind of, who are discreditable, is that a word? When you can't value the things either person says, you throw it out and say, "Unlucky, mate. I can't believe a word neither of you say, so forget about it. Unlucky. You're both liars. And adulterers. Oops."